Shalom. I would like to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. I'm Shaquat, and I'm back here with another lesson. Lord willing, satisfying to the hopeful elect. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Barakathum, to sincere Akim, Wathim. And a sincere shalom to you brothers that are out here pushing this truth down the highways and the byways and through the YouTube lessons, man. Shalom to you all. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying and exhorting to the elect. All right, so as you see by the title, it's a joke until it's not. It's a joke until it's not. All right, now just to jump straight into it, let's go over here. So chip implant, you know, this is Jake making fun of it. And Jake came out, made fun of that shit some years ago, man, you know, with a Dorito chip. You know, talking about this the chip, you know. And shit's a joke until it's not. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this video, I did chuckle. You know, I chuckled a little bit, I laughed a little bit, it was a little funny. I don't know what this shit on this nigga head is, and then he turned around because I thought it was gonna be a scar or something because he got the brain. I knew Jake was probably fooling, but then turned around the potato chips in his head. It was a little funny, but nonetheless, you know, you still gonna die. You know, yeah, it was funny, but you still gonna get put to death if you don't really heed to this thing. You know, because prophecy will come to pass regardless. You know, prophecy is going to come to pass. So, matter of fact, let's pause. Let's go to that Habakkuk. All right, the second chapter. I ain't gonna lie, like I said, the shit was funny, but nigga, you better get right, nigga. It's Habakkuk, all right, chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. All right, so the vision, all right, in this case, it's talking about the mark of the beast, Revelation 13. All right, in the latter part of that chapter, it's concerning the mark of the beast, which, as we here at Great Millstone and like-minded brothers, especially starting with our elder apostles who've been preaching of the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, well before the YouTube era. Even Apostle Torah, he states often that even when he was a teenager, before he even came into the truth, he already knew that the RFID chip was the mark of the beast. He already knew, because his family was really into stuff like that. Okay, so you have all these accounts of the elites talking about, that's it, you know, the RFID chip, talking about chipping everybody. You know, the majority of Sweden is literally RFID chipped. So this shit is speaking extremely loud. So the vision is set for an appointed time. We're here. June is now known as the National Microchipping Month as of 2025. We're here, man. We're here. Setting up more. They set up all these 5G towers during the C1 ragamuffin when everybody was in their house. And they tried to set up the 6th and the 7th, all right, G towers before we came out, but it was too late. So really, you ain't even supposed to know about the 5G, 6G, 7G towers. Because now they establishing the 6G towers. They setting up all these data centers, which need the 6G energy. All right. There you got the 7G being spoken about. But with that 6G alone, like Trump made a joke, which he meant that. You know, he just said it in a joking way so people won't take it literal, but he meant that. Well, what's this 6G gonna do? Is it gonna be able to see under your skin? Yeah, that's why. You know, he was being facetious. All right, yeah. You're gonna be able to see under your skin. They got all these damn LED lights everywhere now in the neighborhoods. They started establishing them downtown. Now you got a bunch of LED lights even in the neighborhoods. All right, I'm looking at one right now in the neighborhood where I'm at currently. Why? Because a LED light can see through your skin. It can see under your skin. So they're going to implement scanners within that to see if you really got it. It's going to be all out mass surveillance That's what this devil wants. He wants nobody to have any privacy and no breathing room. Remember, the scriptures say multiple times, he desires to be the Most High. Okay, so, yeah, man, we're at the end. This vision is speaking, it's screaming, and it's not lying. So, ISUPK, IUIC, Wi-Fi, etc., all you people, y'all gonna have to answer. Because when they mandate this thing, I wonder what y'all gonna say. I wonder how y'all gonna wiggle y'all way out of this one. Yeah, we'll see how you wiggle your way out of that. Okay? We're gonna see. Like the scriptures say, wait for it. So this nigga, he don't believe in the RFID chip in the mark of the beast. But just wait, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. So it feels like it's tarrying, but it ain't. And it's gonna happen. Just wait. It's gonna happen. Niggas being funny and shit, but this shit real. So let's go over here. Let's look at the comments. Okay. Jake is going to mock the mark of the beast. Yep. So here we go.
Hello guys, this is Disco Channel 21. I'm the only guy on earth with 2 chips implanted on the side of his head. As you can see, I still have the bandages on. And it's really profound. It makes me say and do profound things. It's incredible. Let me show you the procedure. As I said, I have the 2 chips implanted on the side of my head. And sometimes it makes me just, motherfucker! Ooh, ting, tang, walla, motherfucking bing, bang. See, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't even mean to say that. These chips are incredible. And they're edible, too. Hello, guys. This is
So, yeah, just, Jake just making a mockery, but... Hey, man, laugh now, cry later. Like I said, I got a kick out of it when I first saw it. I'm not going to sit here and say the shit wasn't funny after you first see it. Now, it ain't funny now after you see it a couple times. The first time you see it, that shit was a little funny. But will it be funny when this shit really happens, though? That's the question. When your stomach touching your back and they say, hey, the only way you can eat is by taking this RFID chip. You don't have to do it, but the only way you can eat is by taking the RFID chip. I wonder if it's going to be funny then. Right, so the scriptures say right here in Revelation 3 and 10, this is coming to pass, like the scripture said in Habakkuk 2. All right, the vision is set for an appointed time, and at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, for it's surely coming and will not tarry. This time is coming, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, so the Lord has set this vision, man. And it's going to be a time to come where everybody's going to be tested. Everybody, heathens included, everybody going to be tested. Will you fold or no? The only ones who won't fold are the members of the elect. The ones who kept the Lord's patience all the way through the end. That's the only ones who will not crack under pressure. But everyone else, this Jake included, you're going to crack under pressure and you're going to really end up taking the RFID chip. Now, he might not get it in his head like he's mocking up right now, but you may get it in your right hand, your left hand, What you getting all nervous for, kitty? It's like it's a cat out here. I'm just playing with it. Shalom. You okay? Man, I wish I could put it on video. Maybe I can. Hold on. Hold on, I know it's recording. Let me see if I can do this. Y'all should be able to see that. You good? You all right? You want to hear the word? You want to hear the word? One of the gospel. I hope I like talking to animals and see what they do. Because, you know, one day, spiritual power, we're going to actually be able to communicate with them. You see. So let's go back. All right, as we were talking about, let's go back to Revelation 3. So there will be a test that's coming. You understand? It's going to try everybody that dwells on the planet Earth. Everybody will be tried. Everybody will be tried, you know? Now, to back that, we're going to go to Revelation, the 13th chapter. And I want to get a certain point. Oh, I ran away. You okay? It's just the car. It's just the car. Come back. He got scared because the car made a noise. Let's go Revelation 13. It's like it's like 14. You okay? You okay? You okay, little man? You okay? I keep preaching. It's Revelation 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, all right, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause. All right, the image of the beast is speaking. What's the image? The system. This is the system of the beast system. Okay. It says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right, should be killed. All right. Now that killed goes into literal. All right, people are literally, especially believers, are literally going to be put to death and beheaded for this thing. Right? That will literally happen. Okay? Especially as pursuing the Revelation 20 and 4, 2nd into 16, going into the latter part of the chapter. But this killed also goes into literally being casted out, being exiled ultimately from society. You're going to be a castaway from society. All right? You're not going to be looked at as a citizen of this place anymore. You're not going to be able to buy and sell. All right? Which is about to get into. You're not going to be able to buy and sell. This is going to show, when we get into it in a few verses down, I'm going to show you what this getting killed means. You're not going to be able to buy and sell. You're not going to be able to work. All right? You're not going to be able to do travel freely like you somewhat can today. You could travel from state to state, but you got to have, you know, typically you got to have a certain purpose of where you're going, right? Because cops and other stuff, there are laws being implemented now to where you can no longer joyride. You can't just go somewhere if you don't have a set destination of what you're doing. You can't just joyride. Like when a cop pull you over, where you heading? Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you need to know where I'm heading for, bitch. All right, I hate when they say, when you heading? Fuck you, nigga. Where I'm heading. Why the fuck is that your business? But you just gotta say a lie. You say a lie, they gonna prove it? They can't prove it. All right, unless they follow your ass. They can't prove it. The fuck you need to know. I'm going home. I'm going to the store. What store? Why the fuck do you give a fuck? Bitch. That shit don't make no damn sense to me, but you know, they're just doing their job instantaneous. But it'd be Jake too. Jake bitch ass. Jake bitch ass, man. I can't stand seeing a Jake cop. Hate that shit. But anyway. I wonder what this guy's gonna do when he has this presented to him. You know, he's making mockery now, but when this is presented to him and it's like, hey, you can't do these certain things. You cannot eat. Like I mentioned earlier, you cannot eat unless you take the RFID chip. Will it be a game anymore? He gonna go get some more saran wrap and put 2 potato chips on the left side of his head and say, hey, I got the chip. I got the brain chip. Yeah, it ain't gonna be funny no more. And then that's when everybody will know that the Men of Great Millstone, as well as like-minded brothers, had the 100% truth. We were right all along through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemi Yahushai, because we are the true prophets of the Lord. All right? We're the true prophets of the Lord. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right? The Lord calls all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. You understand? So that free and bond, what is that free and bond going to? Those who are not in prison, you know, in in prison and those who are in prison. And per the article that I brought out not too long ago, let's see if it's still there. Per the article I brought out, where the hell am I? Where's my news sources, man? That shit got clipped too. If I'd have known that shit, I would have. Let me do this. Forgive me. I gotta set this up while I'm over here on this shit. So let's just set them up. Just bear with me while I do this. I was rearranging my home screen and I fucked up some of the, you got shit organized and shit. I kind of fucked it up, and I guess this got fucked up in the process. So we'll just do this. Let's go here, click on there, flip that around, flip that around, flip that around. Yeah, let's do it like that. All right, so I wonder if I had it on here. We're about to find out. Let's go over here. Okay, so this should turn. Okay, there we go. I definitely ain't over here. And this shit not even, they don't even have all my shit saved. So it probably was on here. They just ain't got all my shit saved. God damn it. Yeah, they definitely got shit deleted on this end. Nonetheless, the point is, it was our news article reporting on how prisoners are being offered the RFID chip. And that's how it's going to happen. They're going to offer prisoners the RFID chip. Hey, you take this, we'll let you out of jail. You got that whole 4K Ultra, or MK Ultra, not 4K, MK Ultra, where it's basically they're brain fucking you. They're reorganizing, reorienting your brain, right? Brainwashing you, ultimately. So they could put you under that, give you the RFID chip so they can surveil you, track what you're doing, and then they can also put you under that brain trance where, you don't need to serve out the rest of your years in prison. You could just get this done to you and it'd be a hell of a lot worse, but it'd happen in like 2 seconds, in a matter of 1 to 2 seconds. And, and then we'll let you go free and you'll be like a new person again. You won't commit any crime anymore. All right, that's yeah. So it says so if you're in prison, if you're out of prison, your ass still got to take the mark. If you're small, great, rich, and poor, your ass still got to take the mark. So a nigga think LeBron James or whatever other billionaire ain't gonna take the chip. Look at Jeremiah Love. I know that nigga. I played him in high school. The nigga just got drafted, 3rd overall or something from Notre Dame, running back, to the Arizona Cardinals. This nigga got a contract of like $50+ million. So, and that's guaranteed. So this nigga finna see about 30+ guaranteed, my nigga. Guaranteed. Like, guaranteed. Like, that ain't like, oh, you get hurt, you ain't getting no. Guaranteed. Do you think this nigga won't take the RFID chip to keep the bag? This nigga gonna have to. He will, just so he can keep the bag. They're gonna actually use people like him and other celebrities to advertise, I had to think of the word, to advertise the mark of the beast, to advertise the RFID chip and make it seem like it's cool. Like they got this one guy, this light-skinned guy who's been in the talks of getting the RFID chip in his head, or getting the brain chip for hella long, for a couple years now. And now this nigga got a bunch of AI videos being posted on his channel, and he's posting a bunch of AI videos of him having a chip in his head. And people asking him hella questions, people all astonished by him and shit that he has it, but it's all to make it cool. Hey, you can walk again. You know, you won't be paralyzed anymore. Your rod gonna work as great as it ever has. You know, matter of fact, you'll be able to make your rod grow bigger. You know, you'll be able to last as long as you want. You know, you're gonna have full control of your orgasms. Right? These are things they're gonna sell to niggas. Right? You're gonna be able to have X-ray vision to see under women's clothes. This is how you gonna get a nigga. I'm telling you. You know, if you were blind, you're gonna see again. If you were deaf, you can hear again. All right. You're able to text people and see calls and answer calls and call without even picking up your phone. You don't no longer have to type anymore. You could just use your brain, and it'll do it for you, and so on and so forth. Right. Listen, man, they're going to sell this and make it seem like this is the greatest thing ever. But it ain't. It ain't, bro. It's just going to lead to your demise. So it says, and no man might buy or sell, that no man might buy or sell, or, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you ain't going to be able to buy and sell none of that shit unless you have the RFID chip, unless you have the mark of the beast. So that goes back to that verse 15. If you don't have it, you will be killed, meaning you're going to be X'd out from society. You're going to be a pilgrim on the earth, living under the radar, living off the grid. And we already been warned that that's going to be our lot. You know, as pursuing the 2nd Esdras 16 and 40, it says, we shall be pilgrims upon the earth. Okay, now you may have a little concubine shit that did take the chip. You may be able to use them. You may have your family that took it. You may be able to use them if they don't sell your ass out first. So it says, here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So there you go. That's the point I want to get concerning that. All right, how long have I been going? I'm running behind time then on this. Well, anyway, let's jump to the, we're not too far behind actually. So let's jump to this Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near. All right. So the point here is, man, the Lord is able to be found right now through the mouth of his prophets. We're out there on all the highways and the hedges. We're throughout all 4 corners of the earth. We're brothers in different countries and stuff. Brothers all over America. There's a brother in every state in America. Now, I can't say every city in America, but in every state and definitely major city, there are brothers. There are brothers, man. And I'm talking about brothers of Great Millstone. I'm not just talking about every Israelite. I'm talking about brothers of Great Millstone, which is what matters more, you know, because we are the ones that are heralds of the truth. The water la Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai that was given to us by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, it's not of our own will, but of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the way he had it set up, he made us the heralders of the truth. And of course, those brothers that are like-minded with Great Millstone. All right, so the Lord is able to be found now. So what you should do, what it would be behooving for you to do, is call ye upon him now, because he's near. As there will come a time where he will not be near, and you will not be able to call upon him. It says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. So if you turn back to the Lord, you go call upon while he is near. You find the prophets. The Lord guides you to the prophets. You know, they teach you the word. You're receptive of the word, and it behooves you to repent through the Holy Spirit. You turn back to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Well, then guess what? The Lord gonna abundantly pardon your sins. But if you do not that, all right, if you don't do that, you're fucked. You're fucked. The Lord gonna punish you. All right, so jump over here. Let's go to that Proverbs. Let's go to that Proverbs 1. All right, Proverbs, first chapter. We're going to start at verse 20. Well, we start at 7. All right, shit, really, you can read all this. I suggest reading all this all the way up until point 7, but they're going to start at 7. Proverbs 1-7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So if you are truly wise and if you truly desire wisdom, and desire, and really you should just desire wisdom, all right? Because knowledge can be anything. But when you have that wisdom, that's what comes from the Lord. When you have that wisdom, you could truly herald over knowledge, right? But all the word knowledge means is to know anyway. So like I said, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. That's the beginning of knowing the truth. All right, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. All right. So if you truly have wisdom, when you're truly knowledgeable, are you seeking those things? First things first, fear the Lord. But Jake don't want to do that. Jake ain't trying to hear all that. If it ain't about prosperity, a nigga ain't trying to hear that, which is funny because really what we're teaching, the gospel is prosperity. The good news is prosperity. Nigga, our enemy is about to fall and we're going to rule in paradise forever. Is that not prosperity enough? When shit hit the fan, when shit get bad, you're going to eat, you're going to drink, and everybody else won't. Yeah, we're going to have some martyrs, but the Lord going to put the spirit on the brothers and sisters that go through that to deal with it easily. No pain. That's the faith we have, man. And then sometimes you may have an instance where a brother get put under the guillotine and the fucking shit snap on the brother's neck, man. These are the miracles that's coming to the elect. Is this not prosperity, man? Everybody all about prosperity. How is this not prosperity? A humongous man, a humongous so-called Negro man, humongous, with a big white beard and a big white fro is coming with thousands of chariots, man, thousands of what you know as UFOs. And he can possibly, if you heed to him, save you. Nigga, is that not prosperity, man? The fuck you talking about? You niggas piss me the fuck off. That's prosperity. And nigga always worry about prosperity, but this is the prosperity, man. This is it. If you ain't about this, nigga, you're through. You're fucked. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. How? Through the mouth of the prophets. We are the mouthpiece of the Lord. Hell even said that in 1 Samuel. All right, we are the mouthpiece of the Lord. She cried in the chief place of concourse. Where is that at? Your downtowns. All right, your lakefronts. Places where there's a lot of traffic. But you even have brothers that teach, and it's not a place with a bunch of traffic. Regardless, the word's still going out because that's still a byway. You have the highways, which would be considered the downtown areas, and you have byways, which are the more secluded areas. Nonetheless, the truth still going out in the elect. Even if you're at a secluded area, the Lord, if the persons are the elect, the Lord gonna still make them find you. All right, he's gonna still guide them and lead them to you to get this word. And the openings of the gates, and in the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? All right, there's a good side of being simple and a bad side of being simple. You guys are not teetering the fence. You're completely bad. All right, because what it means here to be simple, it means like when you call a man a simp. You're simple-minded. All right, it doesn't mean you live in a simple lifestyle, which is good. You should live a simple lifestyle, especially if you're a servant of the Lord. You want to be able to focus on this ministry. But do you also have the art of being simple-minded, which is 2/3 and even above that, majority of our people. Let's just say that, the majority of our people, because you also have the rebellious Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Right? And the scorners, All right. A scorner goes back into scoffing. You're scoffing. You're mocking. This Jake scoffing and fucking mocking. This nigga right here. All right. You scorners remark in your scorning, or you scorners delight in your scorning. This nigga think this shit cool. He delighted when he was a delight when he made this video. When he uploaded this video, he was laughing. This shit was great to him, a great idea, not realizing you're just marking yourself for destruction. All right, it says, and fools hate knowledge. You're a fool and you hate knowledge. This Jake, he's a fool and he hate knowledge. Majority of our people, they're fools and they hate knowledge. They hate it. It's a foolish thing to be in 2026 and to still say the RFID chip is not prevalent. That's like diabolical to still say some shit like that in 2026. Like, it's crazy work to say something like that. And they was even putting it in the movies in the 90s. They was putting it in the movies in the 90s. Our brother was telling me about, the brother Karatas Akabar was telling me about watching a movie on Tubi called Conspiracy Theory. And I got to finish that movie. I'm like an hour or so in. I ain't finished it yet. But literally in the first scene of the movie, it caught my attention that the Edomite was being a taxi driver, right? He was telling people all these conspiracies. You know, people like, oh, this nigga, shut the fuck up. But one of the things that caught my attention, it's like the first scene of the movie. He said, yeah, you know how they're chipping dogs and stuff? You know, they got the chips in the dogs. How long before they basically put it into us, into humans? Come on, man. That movie was made in 97. You know, this shit been out here, man. And it was out there being spoken about before 97. All right? So it says, turn you at my reproof. Reproof means correction. Here we are out here on the highways and hedges. Our job is to correct you and allow, you know, and open the doors to the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, to turn, for you to turn back to the Lord. But you guys hate it, man. You hate it. All right, our job is pursuing Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up our voice like a trumpet, showing to my people their transgression in the house of Jacob their sins. That's what we're doing. You're the reproof, but you don't want to hear that. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. How? Through the mouth of the prophets. They're especially here in America, but all over the world, but especially here in America. There is no fucking way in 2026, especially here in America, Babylon the Great, where you can sit here and say you've never saw or heard of the Israelites or the Hebrew Israelites. Nigga, you're lying. We're all over YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever have you. We're all over, man. The hell are you talking about? We're on every highway and byway. We're in every major city, every state in America. Nigga, you capping. So the Lord is making his words known unto our people by the mouth of the prophets, because I have called and ye refused. How the Lord call? The Lord never spoke to me literally. Well, no, nigga, the Lord speaks through his prophets. All right. There was a time where back when you read the book of Exodus, where Jake wanted the Lord to speak to them personally. You had the opportunity when the Lord was about to manifest himself. You niggas got scared and said, never mind, Moses, we'll talk to you. So he ain't finna do that shit again, bitch. He finna send his prophets out. You niggas ain't even deserving to speak to the Lord. Bitch ass nigga, you ain't deserving to speak to Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, which is why when Yahweh Shai return, he ain't doing no talking. If you ain't of the elect, nigga, he just finna put BTA. Facts. He ain't talking. Ain't shit to talk about. Fuck y'all niggas. All right? Talk time is up. Nigga, there's a time for everything, like it says in Ecclesiastes 3. Written by Yahweh Shai. Because if your spirit can receive it, Yahweh Shai was King Solomon. But ye have said it not, O Salakia, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Y'all walk past us like you don't see us, ignoring us. Listen, nigga, there's only so much longer you can ignore. You know, ignoring something does not make things go away. Ignoring the truth does not make the truth not the truth, nigga. This shit's still going to happen. There's nothing that you can do to stop prophecy. All right. Tomorrow's going to come. All right. Tomorrow's going to come. Tomorrow is promised. Not to say tomorrow is promised for us individually. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be alive by tomorrow. So that's not what I'm saying. And you know, the scriptures speak about that. Don't boast not about tomorrow. All right. Because you don't know what a day may bring. But the point I'm making is the day tomorrow. The day tomorrow. What's today? The 7th? Yep. So the 8th, June the 8th, 2026, Monday, June the 8th, 2026. That day is going to happen. Now, say you die June the 7th, Sunday, 2026. Say you die today. Nigga, tomorrow, Monday, June the 8th, 2026 is still going to come. So you can ignore that shit. You cannot be fazed by it. You cannot be, what's the word I want to use? You cannot be in the midst of it, for lack of better terms. Nigga, the prophecy is still going to come to pass. That's the point I'm making. No matter what you do, you could be dead or alive. You could be occupied or unoccupied. It's still going to happen. You can ignore it or you could be aware of it. Nigga, the prophecy is still going to come. It don't fucking matter if you ignore it or not. The day still going to come when the man Esau Edom, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, because this is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua's temptation at the end of the day. This is his chip. He's going to test everybody, and this nigga is going to, Esau is going to mandate it here on the planet Earth, and it's going to test you. That prophecy is still going to come. All hell breaking loose, that's still going to happen. Nuclear warfare, that's still going to happen. The salvation and the destruction of our people, that's still going to happen. The kingdom will still come. Nothing that you do can stop prophecy. Ignore it all you want. The shit's still going to happen, man. That's what you people don't fucking get. 2/3 of our people don't understand. Prophecy going to happen no matter what. And y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Nigga, according to you, who the fuck are you? Bitch. Nigga came up to camp, old bugged out ass, according to him, pimping ass Jake. Man, I already got the hidden knowledge. I got the hidden fruit, the hidden wisdom. You know, I've been on that since 1977. You know what I'm saying? Y'all claim to have the hidden fruit, the hidden wisdom. But y'all don't. Y'all just think y'all got it. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Who the fuck do you niggas think you is, man? The fuck do you niggas think you are, man? What word of prophecy have you brought out that's prevalent today, bitch ass nigga? Let us know. Y'all niggas gonna stop disrespecting the prophets, man. Acting like y'all niggas know something. Don't fucking walk up to the camp if your motherfucking ass ain't trying to learn. Get the fuck on. We don't need you to teach. We got teachers for that. We there to teach your black ass. Motherfucker, you fucking niggers. You fucking niggers are vexing, man. All you motherfucking niggers. That's all you is, a fucking nigger. Gonna try to teach us something. Bitch, we was here to teach you. We don't need you to teach us because there's order ranks amongst us. We learn from our elders, man, and other brothers. Whether they be on the same level, you can learn something from a brother even if you're on the same level or below you. You can still, there's always something to learn from some brother. Some brother gonna know something you don't. It's some brother right now, 2 years in the truth, he knows something the apostle don't. There's always something to learn. Point being, we already have teachers, man. It's only 4 fathers. We have fathers, 4 of them. That's it. And then we have a bunch of uncles and big brothers. We don't need you. We don't need you. We got 4 fathers and hella uncles and hella big brothers and hella brothers. We don't need you. Salakia. The shit just really get vexing. Need salvation, boy. Raising my cortisol level up over a nickel. So we read at verse 25. But ye have said in all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. All right. So the counsel is the prophets. All right. That's the counsel of the Lord. All right. And what did they bring to you? What did we bring to you through the Spirit? Reproof, correction. All right, showing you the error of your ways so you could turn back and repent. But you was like, nah, fuck that, right? And so this is what the Lord's going to do to you through the mouth of the prophets. Once again, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So he's going to use who to do that? The prophets. Like the scripture say in Joel 5. All right, we're going to, at famine and destruction, thou shalt laugh. We're going to laugh at this stuff. Because, nigga, we told you this was going to happen. Now we're watching you actually suffer the consequences of it. Right? So I also will laugh at your calamity. Through who? The prophets. So we're going to laugh at your bitch ass. And I will mock when your fear cometh. So when you actually get put in these dire situations because you don't want to hear the mouth of the prophets and the mark of the beast actually come to pass, nigga, we gonna mock you. Just like this guy is mocking right here, we're gonna mock you 10 times worse. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Why are you gonna? They're gonna seek the Lord early, but they ain't gonna find the Lord. Why? Because the Lord's going to pull us off the highways and hedges. You're going to have Amos 8 and 11 in full effect. You're going to have Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, in the latter part, tongue cleaving to the roof of our mouth in full effect. You're going to have Amos, the 5th chapter, prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. All right, you're going to have that in full effect. All right, or Slakia. That's Proverbs, what I quoted. But there's something in the book of Amos 5 that goes into, you know, a wise man keeping his mouth shut in a terrible day, you know, in a troublesome day, roughly paraphrasing. So, hey, man, you gonna go out there looking for the prophets and you ain't gonna be able to find us. You can go on YouTube looking for videos. And all you're gonna see is the fucking either the monkey wrench, oops, or you're gonna see a chariot, all right, talking about oops. That's all you're gonna see. You're gonna be SOL, nigga. You're gonna be SOL, shit out of luck. Bitch, that's gonna be you. All right, you're gonna try to call upon the Lord. Some of y'all may have it right. Yeah, what the boys say, Yahweh Shai, you may get it right still through. Not everybody who say Lord gonna enter into the kingdom, and that's mainly for the false prophets. All right, but you too, because some of y'all may somehow remember the names that we told you. You know, some of our relatives, you may remember what their names, but at that time, ain't gonna work. You fuck. You know, then you gonna have the one, what they say, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yeshua, Yeshua Shai, Yeshua Shai. Y'all gonna be trying to get it, but you just ain't gonna be able to get it. Your ass gonna be through, right? This is the grace period. You want to play with it? It's according to 2nd Ezra 9. Well, you're gonna have to learn a very hard lesson, my friend. It says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. All right. You hated knowledge. You didn't choose the fear of the Lord. You rather do your own thing. Because the fear of the Lord comes with structure. The fear of the Lord comes with discipline. You ain't ready for that. Jake wants to live life, reap the benefits of serving the Lord, but have no boundaries. Hell, a prime example, look at the alleged deacon Hakah. What do the scriptures say when you go to the law concerning a deacon? What do the scriptures say? The scriptures say a deacon cannot have more than one wife so he could focus on the church. Hakah had way more than one wife. All right, at the time of this woman being a wife, she was either wife 3 or 4, but he's had wives before that. It just didn't work out. They didn't like his program. But nonetheless, nigga, you was only supposed to have one wife anyway. Nigga, you're a deacon. What about y'all? Nigga, I ain't a deacon, but I still only got one wife. Because, nigga, what? I don't need fucking 10 wives today. Yeah, it's expedient. I could do it. But, nigga, I don't need that. That's why the Lord ain't gave me that. He gave me one wife right now. That's all I need. You know, we don't need all that, but I can. But what's the point? It's just going to take away the focus of the Lord. Here it is. You got 10 wives in Babylon the Great. You're going to work 40 plus hours a week. Worried about all these bills. All right, you gotta cater to your wife's needs, because you still gotta cater to their needs, man. They're your wife. Y'all are one flesh. You're gonna have to hearken to something they trying to get on. So you gotta cater to all their needs, whether it be spiritually, carnally, whatever. All these women occupying yourself. You have no time to study. You have no time to make lessons. You ain't going to camp. That's how it's going to turn out, nigga. And it has. Ask the elders and apostles about men they seen go through this. Look up the track record. They'll tell you. I'm sure they've seen many accounts of this. Niggas falling out the truth for this very reason. Look at her car. Look at that bitch, nigga, you. You bitch, nigga, you. You're the chief priest, Elazar. Nigga, a deacon. Nigga, you ain't even supposed to have multiple wives. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. All right. So you frowned upon the prophets. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. So, hey, look at this nigga. You making fun of this shit. Well, then guess what? You gonna eat the fruit of your own way. You gonna be filled with your own devices, nigga. And you gonna literally have to eat your words, man. You're gonna have to eat your words. Because that's about all that's gonna be available to eat very soon. Because, nigga, ain't gonna be no food on the shelves. So, nigga, be prepared to really eat your words, nigga, because that's all you're gonna be able to eat. Ain't gonna be no food. All right, it says, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. This nigga feels very prosperous of this. But he doesn't know this is going to destroy him. Because he trying to get a few clicks, views, laughs. Giving seldom mockery. Hey, nigga, this shit going to come back to bite you in the ass. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. So like I said earlier, prosperity. A nigga always worry about prosperity. Is this not prosperous enough? Is this not enough prosperity for you? If we hearken to the Lord, we gonna dwell safely. We're gonna be kept quiet from the fear of evil. Go read Job 5. This goes right hand to hand into this. So let's go to 2 Chronicles and we're gonna end on this. All right, 2 Chronicles 36. All right, we're going to start at verse 14. Moreover, all the chief of the priests and the people transgressed very much after all the abominations of the heathen, and polluted the house of the Lord, which he had hallowed in Jerusalem. And the Lord power of their fathers sent to them by messengers Slakia. Fuck. Let's start over. So, first of all, verse 14 showing you this is all about Jerusalem. This is all about Israel, all right? This ain't about everybody else. Let's start again at verse 15. And the Lord power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes, which betimes means early. The Lord always sent. That doesn't mean the Lord has to send a prophet 300 years before destruction. That's early. No, the Lord can send a prophet a day before destruction. That's still prior to the destruction. Therefore, it's early. You have early, on time, and late. It don't matter if it's just 1 minute early before something happens. Nigga, it's early. All right, that's still early. All right, you have typically with jobs, they have like a certain grace period of time where you could clock in. All right, now sometimes, especially if you're in corporate, if you're clocking in, say you got shift at 8. You clock in at 8:01, nigga, you're considered tardy. You clock in at 8 o'clock, you're considered on time on the dot, which is not, which is typically frowned upon, but if you clock in, some have a grace period, like mine specifically has a grace period where if you get there, you could clock in anywhere from 7:50 to 8. So you could clock in 10 minutes early. But say you clock in at 7:49 before the grace period opens for you to be able to clock in early. Nigga, that's early. They're not going to accept it. So early is early regardless, man. If it's a millisecond, nigga, regardless, nigga, it's early. The Lord sent the prophets before the destruction. Prior to the destruction, the Lord sent the prophets. And the Lord sent the prophets, and the prophets have been on the scene for arguably 60 to 70 years. Nigga, is that not early enough time before this destruction came? I mean, before this destruction comes. All right, it says, in sending because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. He doesn't even have to do this shit. He's rightfully well within his rights to just spare the ones he wanted to spare and destroy the ones he wanted to destroy without any preaching going out. But the Lord has compassion. The Lord has compassion on his people, and he also wants the elect to alleged earn it, because it's all predestination at the end of the day, but he wants his elect to earn it, and he still has compassion on the wicked of his people. Because like the Lord said, it doesn't please him that putting people to death. That shit don't please him. But hey, that's how he set it up to be. And he got to stick to how he set it up to be. All right. So the Lord can't just change his fucking mind all of a sudden, be like, nah, I got to change my ways. So I think this too harsh now. No, he's bound to how he first started. How he started that creation, he's bound to it. He can't change it. That's why the Lord said in Malachi, that's why it says in Malachi 3:6, I am Yahweh, I change if not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. Because if he changed any way of how he orchestrates and conducts himself from the beginning of creation, if he changes that in any way, shape, or form, the sons of Jacob will be consumed. Any slight in creation, we will be consumed. So he can't. He bound by his word, man. So however he placed it at the beginning of creation, he ain't gonna change it. If you're wicked, you're gonna die. If you're righteous, you won't die. But the Lord did it. Well, nigga, take that up with the Lord. I'm gonna choose not to because who the fuck am I? Nigga, I'm the clay. How the fuck I'm the clay arguing with the potter? The fuck I look like? And it says that in Romans 9. That's crazy work, is it not? That's a diabolical. You know? So it says, but they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words. This dude is mocking the messenger of the Most High without even knowing it. And he probably knows it, you know, but whether you're ignorantly doing it or willfully doing it, you know, or consciously doing it, nigga, you still doing it. Destruction coming your way. You're despising the words of the Lord. What does it say in Proverbs 13:13? Whosoever despises the words of the Lord shall be destroyed. And misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy. So, hey, you misused us, you mocked us, you despised us, all the while until the wrath of the Lord arose and completely annihilated our people, the wicked of our people. And that will happen, and that's always happened. That's always happened, man. Always. And we'll continue to. You understand? Salaki, give me a minute. Salakia for that. As I was saying though, where was I at? Yeah, so ultimately, man, it's all funny games until it's not. Like the scriptures say, I guess we agree that we close on this, weep, mourn. Let's see what's that. Yeah, so this is the book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. And this guy, he's full right now. But there's going to come a time where he's going to hunger. He's going to thirst. All right, and if you're hungering and thirsting after righteousness, hey, you're going to be all good. You're going to eat in that day. You're going to drink in that day. But if you're hungering and thirsting, for Salakia. But if you're full right now, you're not hungering and thirsting after righteousness, man. You're going to hunger and thirst after real food later. You're going to be in a very bad situation. All right, it says, woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. All right, so you're laughing now, you're making a mockery now, but hey, as the Lord said, He's going to have you in derision, and you're going to be mourning and weeping, and the Lord's going to laugh at you. He's going to see it as a joke, like you saw the truth as a joke. He's going to see you as a joke. You saw the Lord as a joke, now He's going to see you as a joke. The joke's going to be on you. All right, the joke will be on you. All right, damn, I was just thinking about something. What was that? Something just popped in my head and left. Yeah, it'll probably come back to me when the lesson's over. So I'm in the lesson off on that. I do hope and pray that this was edifying to the elect. I would like to close, giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, Abba Bo, Kom Yasharala, Gadol Abadium, Lababo, Hokadol, Yahweh Mahar, Wahapathum. And until next time, I would like to say unto you all, Shabbat Shalom. I do hope and pray that you all have a blessed week. Sunday going into Monday, so you know how Mondays are. So I pray that you sincere brothers and sisters have a blessed week. And I hope that you all had a blessed Sabbath. If you don't know already, all right, there will be a double Sabbath this upcoming week, Saturday sundown to Sunday sundown. And a new Sabbath, the new moon is coming in on Sunday sundown next week, so June the 14th. So there will be a double Sabbath, Saturday sundown to Sunday sundown. That'll be the last one of the month. Then the new moon, Sunday sundown to Monday sundown, if you did not know already. All right, so Shalom.